Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. So, as I said in the last video, we're going to start working on getting this thing at least somewhat buttoned up today. So, I've got these 3 sheets of subflooring that I picked up on the cheap from a buddy of mine. I'm at the very least going to get them thrown up top here and try to get them screwed down or nailed, whatever I decide to use, because I want to get all this stuff that's in this clean room, or most of it anyway. This stuff here, old air compressor. It's starting to get warmer, so the shop heaters, some of this 10-3 wire that I'm not going to use anymore, it's all going to go up there so I can clean this space out, get it cleaned up, and then we can get the outside siding boards on and I can start wiring it and not have a mess in here. So I'm going to try to get all this stuff at least up there today, is my hope. And let's see, since there's a couple updates real quick. We got the 50 amp welding plug wired in. I got air plumbed into the shop, so there's a drop there, and then I have a drop right over here. So we have 2 air drops here. This was a $90 kit from Lowe's. It worked great. The reviews were kind of sketchy, but I took my time, hooked it all up right, and it worked out great. So no leaks, no nothing. And then I also got my 30 amp for the air compressor wired in as well. So all that's wired in and working. No more extension cord for the air compressor running over there to that wall anymore. So I got all that squared away. I did over the weekend. So we're going to try to get these, we'll try to hoist these up top there and get them put in and then start getting stuff moved up there today. And then we're going to start sawmilling. I'm going to get a log out and either today or tomorrow start sawmilling the last ceiling joists that I need and then all the siding boards for the clean room. I'm going to try to get all that buttoned up in the next few days. So that'll be a good time. Come along. Okay, that worked so far. I think this is the direction I want it to go. All right. I may not even nail these down yet. I may just set them up here for now. That will work for 2 of them. All right. Let's see what we can do here, I guess. Get up here without falling off the ladder. Stand on the tippy top of the ladder, kids. You know, if that ladder falls, I'm stuck up here. So that's kind of funny. All right. All right, we're right on the wires there, so I don't want to go much further. I want to try to get it squarish, I guess. This will be a nice spot to have, just to be able to store stuff I don't use, seasonal stuff, heaters and things along those lines. This will be nice. That one went in. All right. Might need to go down and get a hammer. Or I could use my drill. Tools and their uses, right? Let's see here. By the way, I'm not a big fan of heights, so here we are. Let me go get a hammer and a block of wood. We'll try to get this in good and tight. Might want to put another screw in another corner. I think I just felt it shift. Oh, I definitely did. And I'm an idiot. I didn't run a screw in that. So let me climb back over there and put a screw in it. There we go. All right, that'll hold that in while I beat it like a cabin screen door. fall off this ladder. Y'all gonna laugh. All right, well, I didn't feel it move much more, so I think that's about as far as we're gonna get it. Yeah, it doesn't really even seem like it moved in much more, so locked in enough for me. Let's run some screws in her and call it good, I guess. All right, it's in. At this point, I'm going to, I guess we'll bring a saw up here and we'll try to chalk a line and cut it as square as we can. Ow, that was my finger. Don't want to do that. That's always wonderful. Morning. Get back into the sawmill in here today because, you know, this is kind of a sawmilling channel. I haven't done much of it, but we're going to do a little bit this morning. I'm going to get the 2x6 by 13 footers cut up so I can finish off the rafters or the ceiling joists in the clean room. So we're going to knock that out this morning and get them up, get the other sheet of plywood that I've got up there as well and all. And hopefully next week we'll be finishing off, closing that in. I decided I think I'm going to go with just regular OSB to close in the outside versus cutting a bunch of 1x6s that are going to shrink and cause gaps anyway. So I think that's what we're going to do, but that should be next week. But we're going to get this done today. So let's rock and roll. Well, I thought I heard a funny noise that second to last cut. The problem is I heard another one the last cut. It's like a square head nail. Right there, almost like a spike. I don't know how deep that goes. I'm pretty sure I've hit it twice, which means it goes at least 6 inches because I cut that 6 inches, unless there's a second one in there somewhere. So I'm going to swap the blade and we'll see if we can't cut around it. I don't know if I can get it out, but we might ruin a couple blades on this log, which is never fun. This is why sawmills, especially big ones, will not pay you for your trees out of your yard. That's the reason right there. That thing was in there, God knows how long. And I know these trees came off of new property because I know the guy that brought them to me was clearing land for a house, which means there was never a house on that land. So that should not have, I would not have expected metal to be in it, but yet here it is. So when you call around to sawmills and you say, yeah, I've got nice walnut or oak or even pine, would you like to buy them from me? And we tell you no, don't get upset. This is why. Because there is a high probability that there's metal in trees. Unless I tell everyone, unless you planted the tree, you don't know what's in it. So it is what it is. I'm not super mad about it. I'll put a new blade on. Hopefully I don't wreck another one. We'll just see how it goes. It's a gamble that I do. I mean, I don't care. My stuff is a lot cheaper to replace, even though it is expensive. My blades are so much cheaper than big sawmills blades are. So, and the problem is, if I inspect that blade, and I'll show you here in a minute when I take it off, it's probably missing teeth, which means I can't resharpen it. That's why I charge $45 a blade on customers' logs if I hit metal. So that's why. Let's see what this blade looks like. That's odd though, because I don't see any teeth missing. And usually if I hit, especially a piece of metal that big, it usually takes the teeth clean off, at least a section of them anyway. But I'm wondering if that's just lead, because I don't actually see a single tooth broke off of here. Now, I'm sure it knocked it out of set, which is why it's cutting so dull now, which the set is the angle of your teeth between side to side. So I'm sure it did that. But I think I got lucky on this one, and I can resharpen this. All right, hose it out, got the sawdust out. We're going to put this back in and just hope we don't hit something again. I got a feeling I'm probably going to be changing this blade again, but we'll see. If I can get 6 true 2x6s out of this before I have to change the blade, I'm gonna, because they're just going to be ceiling rafters, ceiling joists, whatever you want to call them, floor joists, ceiling joists. I'm putting a floor on it. So are they floor joists? But they're in the ceiling. So are they ceiling joists? Let me know in the comments, because I don't know. So, well, let's flip this log and get back at it. Well, I didn't get lucky. And that one took teeth. So I'm going to have to swap the blade again. I only need 4 more. I kind of hate to quit ruining blades on a pine that I've got plenty of, but I'm going to pull this out, change the blade, and then flip the log over and see if we can't get a couple cuts out of the other side and hopefully not hit anything else. But I'll show you here in a minute what I'm talking about, because I already see a tooth missing. So this blade is junk. All right, I got my wedges. Let's see if we bank some wedges in the back end of this and lift this boards up a bit and see if we can get the saw head out. Yeah, that should come right out of there, no problem, I think. Oh, maybe not. There she goes. There we go. I think the chickens are laughing at me today. There's at least 3, 4. Yep. I'll show you here. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but if you look right there, see how that's busted off? There's one right here. There's 2 of them right here. So this blade is no good. It goes in the metal. It goes in the scrap pile. Unfortunately, whatever I hit was pretty big, and there's something pretty decent in there. Hopefully we don't hit it again. I'm going to gamble on it just because I really want to try to get this done so I can get up, get this last couple things finished on the clean room. So I'm going to hose this back out. This is not what I expected to have to deal with this morning with this particular log. So, all right, now we're going to roll this log over and see if we can't go from the other side. Hopefully. We'll just have to see, I guess. Before I get started here, put it down in the comments. Do you think I'm going to hit metal again or not? I'll leave these last couple on slow-mo or on regular time. I won't do a time lapse, so maybe you'll hear it if I hit it. Fingers crossed. Damn it, there it was. Did y'all hear that? I hope you did. I hit something else. I'm gonna make one more pass because it's still cutting. Whatever it hit was small. I'm gonna do one more pass because that one looks a little rotten. Fingers crossed we can get through this one. This is the spot. Yep. I just got to finish the cut, but it won't be pretty. Well, folks, I don't know if you could hear me or not, but I hit both those last passes. I hit something. There's something in there, but I don't think it took off teeth. That one could probably be resharpened. Let's get them off the mill, get them into the shop, take a look at them, see what we can work with, and hopefully I can get at least 6 decent ones out of this where I can get them ceiling joists put up, and we can get that project kind of nipped in the bud today. But it's what it is. I was not expecting metal in these logs, but here we are. All right, got those loaded up on there. Go take them over to the shop and start cutting them down. Thankfully, they're longer than what I need because these ends will get cut off, but you can definitely see the metal. It looks like it was actually 2 nails right there. And it looks like they came in, yeah. Do you see that or not? But you know what the funniest part is? I have a metal detector hanging right there. But let's be honest. I think y'all know me enough by now. I'd have cut the damn things anyway, even if it would have gone off. All right, well, that didn't go as planned, obviously, but we'll get them in here and get them set up and see what we can do to get them up top of here, and then get that last piece of plywood up on this side. I'm going to leave this side open for now because I think I said before, I'm going to put some stairs, fold away stairs in that back corner. So I don't know the plywood anyway. So we'll get these in here and get them cut up and see what we got going on. ceiling joists are up. Got the banding up there, or the fascia, whatever. It's close enough, it'll work. And let me tell you what I did. I was a board short. I didn't have that 1x anymore. I used it for something else. Actually, I think I used it for the dust collection piece on the back here. So I thought, well, I'll take one of those pines off that had metal in it, and I'll just cut one real quick. Well, the other one had metal in it too, and it had a lot because it actually bound the blade up so bad it stalled the motor out. So it's stuck, but I was able to cut out at least what I needed to get that up there. So now I gotta hump this big piece of plywood up here, see if I can get it up, get up there, get it screwed down, and that'll be it. I think at that point of the day, it's Friday. I think it's just about beer 30, folks. Let's see if I can't get this up here without blowing my back out. All right. Come on, get up there. All right, got a couple screws down. I forgot to hit record. Sorry about that. Go ahead and get this piece screwed in. But I think for now, this video is going to be done. Thank you all for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Don't forget, if you wouldn't mind, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks for coming along for another RSC Timberworks video. There'll be more coming here soon on completion of this clean room, or at least getting it closed in. So still not sure what I'm going to do for doors yet, but working on that. So again, really appreciate you all watching. I hope you have a great weekend. Be safe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.